Welcome in everybody to some GLEC Overwatch. We're here a little bit early. Uh, got a little bit confusing there on the time
Yes.
zones and everything, but we are actually playing this game a little earlier than we thought here. And today I'm joined by,
Aubrey, also known as Era J.
and I am Mike, the token graduate assistant here.
The one we all make fun of.
Of course.
It's fine. If you weren't here for the interesting Smash Bros, one of our Smash Bros players loves to annoy you.
Yes, he does, but we appreciate him on the mic. And we are kind of already in the game here. We've
Yeah.
got Lijiang Tower as our first map, a control map, similar to what we've seen in other game modes.
Yes, and we do have a very interesting comp setup today with actually Fusick on tank right now. Not sure if that's just because of the late situation, but
Yes, I think it was because the mix-up. Our usual tank isn't here yet, so I mean maybe he'll sub in later in this series, but
yeah.
I trust Ben. I mean he's a monster on every role, really.
I mean, he is one of our highest ranking members. So, looking in, they're just gonna try and start. Obviously, we are starting with a Ramatra as he is one of the top tanks right now in the game, with his ability to slow opponents down and his killer ultimate. Looking over. That's not good. Getting moved off the edge by Lucio. However,
Valpo's gonna take in a lot of damage here. 2 kill from the Tracer on the other side. They're gonna have to watch out for her for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was not a lot of alt gain. Dirty Wolf was taken out very quickly comparatively and was not able to get any really alt charge on that.
Yeah, another interesting pickup here is Fame Beauty on the Sojourn. Recently getting some nerfs, not kind of that overpowered character we were used to before.
I still think she's still very much so in the meta, in my opinion, at least. Many of the characters that we actually see right now are in the meta. The only one that's not is Lucio right now, as Lucio is just not able to give out as much healing as other characters. We are going in, seeing the Ramatra ult, seeing just how overpowered that is, just completely draining every single person on the other team.
Yep, definitely frustrating to play against that one, especially when you're at support, low health, something like that. You can get burned down very quickly.
Yes, but Fusick does have his own version of that, so being able to counter with it, most alts can't really do much about it. So hopefully when he runs in, he should be able to take them out just using that ult alone. I would save the Nano here personally alongside Gates, but that's really up to them.
Great Suzu there to counteract the Tracer bomb.
Yes, very nice. Completely wasting an ult there. However, they are...
does get picked off, and it looks like Valpo is going to use the Nano Boost here.
Yeah. I understand that because just FanPG just got taken out, and they do have 2 ults along the way too. But, oh, they didn't use Annihilation. Okay. So that's actually nice. So there's just a Nano, and they still have 4 alts going into this. On the other side, we do have about 3 alts coming in from Bethel, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, Bethel managed to get up to 86%, so Valpo really can't lose any more fights this round.
Yes, that Tracer is racking up percentage points like absolutely crazy.
And you see the Ramatra ult, coming out here from Fusick, but it doesn't really get a ton of value.
I think that was a heavy finger, honestly. I don't think he meant to do that. Definitely wasn't as good as he might have thought, or it was just an accidental one. It didn't feel like it was that on purpose, but I don't know. I heard that they countered very well.
Dirty Wolf going down very low, but Valpo's still managing to hold on to this point, and there's a Battle Lucio in there taking out 2 members of Valpo, and that is not a good sign for us here.
Yes, unfortunately not, but this is the first row of control. Not a lot Unfortunately, our team wasn't able to get warmed up as much as they would like, but regardless, it's still the first map of control. There's still stuff you can do. And Fusic sneaking in there, getting onto point. Unfortunately, Annihilation does take him out.
Dirty Wolf gonna try to touch the point, and he does get in there with his ultimate.
That was unfortunately not that valuable though. That was really close. Rabatro was just AFK, not expecting anything to happen. Ah, that just sucks though. It was
Yeah.
so close.
It was a very nice try to, get in there, and I mean, he did extend the round,
He
but we
did.
didn't have anyone else coming up after him, so we dropped the first point, but still a chance here to pull it back and take game one.
Yep, yep, we are seeing a little bit of changes with Shy Guy on the other team going for Doomfist. Doomfist has been very interesting to say the least. Damage changed to a tank and getting buffed like crazy, and then I don't know. All I know is that our team members don't like playing as our tanks don't like playing as Doomfist, and they don't like going up against him. So we'll see what happens there.
Yep. And change here on Valpo's side. Dirty Wolf switching from that Reaper back over to a Tracer and getting the Lucio down very low right away here.
Going up, sneaking behind, attempting to take out that Kiriko, definitely a good idea. Fortunately, they did sneak a attack on FanPD. That's not going to be good for us with our team captain going down very easily.
Trading back and forth, and it looks like Bethel is going to be the first one to control the point yet again here.
Yeah. Looking at our Valpo, again, not getting much value on most of their attempts. Bethel is just gaining large amounts of ult charge. And Valpo is just not able to compete it. So we are going to probably see a Pulse Bomb coming up as Goomba on the air team with Tracer has been doing incredibly well, getting lots of damage out. Another nice Suzu from Chiroro. Unfortunately, trying to go and heal FanPD and Solaris just did not go as well as they were hoping for. Fusic still just holding on in the back, not going so well.
Yeah, Valpo really can't find the entry they're looking for on this point. I mean, we've gone to the left side every time here, and through that room, I mean, Bethel's kind of just bottled us up.
Yep, unfortunately. Looking at this, we do see some ults. Fusic almost with Ramatra ult coming in with Annihilation. Goomba with Pulse Bomb, but able to, I think it was a Suzu that got it off. Something got it off in particular, but whatever it was really nice. Oh, I see what he was doing there. He was trying to get back to his team. He knew he wasn't going to win.
Yep. So Valpo regrouping for likely to be one final push here to try to take the first map. They're going to have the ult from Fusic and almost the ult from Dirty Wolf. So we'll see if he can answer the Tracer on the other side, because, man, Goomba has been a real problem.
Alright, and there goes Chiroro with FanPD. FanPD only able to take out Goomba with him. Solaris just not getting knocked out as well, and Fusic. There goes Fusic.
Dirty Wolf gonna try to make a desperate touch once again, but comes up short. And that will be Valpo taking a defeat in the first map here.
So that was interesting to say the least. That was a very fast game right then. We're really hoping we can get our tank in, because I feel like that's really what's going to stop this. I don't think Fusic was ready to take on the role of tank, and I also don't think he was warmed up at all to take on that role.
Yeah, no, I mean, everyone's hopping in there pretty quickly. We're hopping in here pretty quickly too, and I mean,
Yes.
just the first point, though, I mean, it's a best of 5, so maybe they're gonna get a little more settled in after they've kind of.
All right. We do see our tank, though. I'm sorry, I have to cut you off, but we do see the tank. So hopefully we should be able to get Wistful in, and Wistful should be able to play with our team. So that's the good news. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I
No,
need to point that out in case you
it's
didn't notice.
it is very important, and I did not notice. I mean, Wistful makes a huge difference to this team. We've seen his plays on pretty much every tank at this point, I think. So
Yes.
definitely going to be good. I don't think Fusick did a bad job, but it was kind of just like the positioning, really. Like,
Yes.
he was staying alive, but our supports and our squishies, weren't able to stay alive the way we were set up. So,
Yeah, so the way it works is you can transition from damage to tank easier than tank to damage, but only for like lower levels. So like he may easily be like gold or something, gold or platinum for tank, but he just can't stand alive against these players who are most likely diamond or above. Diamond, probably honestly some master and grandmaster also.
yeah.
From
And
the
I
way they're
mean,
playing.
that's definitely Fusick's, least played role. We've seen him play both damage and support, in our competitive games, but that's the first time he's broken out tank. So,
Yes, so it is interesting. So we will see that. My assumption is it was just an attempt to get in and just do something just to hold off for Wistful to get here because Wistful was running behind, unfortunately.
yep. But it looks like we're picking the maps here for the second map, and it looks like we are going to be on Midtown. So,
Midtown has been very interesting. I do know a lot of the Overwatch teams have been very comfortable with it. I've recently been playing with the other Overwatch teams a lot, so well, Beacon especially. I've been playing with them a lot, so we do know that they are quite comfortable with it. And since they're able to take it, hopefully that should be better. They are going to be, I believe, attacking right now. I don't. Unfortunately, we are lagging about, so they have just been hopping between things very quickly. It's very strange compared to NECC, where the two sides where Shield loves to banter. We've seen that before, and unfortunately with GLEC, you can't really do that. So there's going to be some interesting decisions coming about.
We must all find a cause
This
worth
is wrong
fighting
side.
for.
yeah, of course, we do love to banter, but, today it's all business. GLEC wanting us to keep it a little more professional, which is, totally fine. We're just here to play the game.
They make killing too simple.
So looking at how the sorry about that. Somebody came into the room. So we are looking at, we are seeing Wistful coming back up onto the gameplay. Definitely taking back in on Ramatra and just running in there. He does not want to play a round right now. So he is taking a little bit more of a back seat. We are seeing some interesting plays from the R team with a Brig on support, which in my opinion is just very strange.
Yeah, running the Brig and the Moira, not a duo you often see in these competitive games, but it's working out somewhat for them as they take the first fight here.
Yeah, it may just be like a surprise factor or something, but like, I never see Brig really played a competitive now. And if it is, it's really more of a slow and steady approach.
Speaking of Brig, there she goes.
Yeah, taking Brig out right there was very good because that was helping with some passive healing. However, Wistful coming in, you can clearly see the difference that he is making on our team. Being able to help guide, protect Fusick to help him take out the other members of our team, the other members of the Mario themed team coming from Bethel. So very
Yeah.
interesting.
No, Wistful certainly came out with a fury after missing game 1. He said, "Get me in here right away." You see the Junkrat for Bethel just kind of bothering the backline, and they're also going to pop the Ramatra ult. This is a lot of damage coming out from Bethel here.
Yeah, but that Ramatra ult wasn't really able to get much on there. We did get the payload out for Valpo, but mostly the team is just kind of sticking around. Bethel is forced to retreat though, which is good for us in hopes to taking this map.
But I mean, Goomba for Bethel is still back here in this train car, just bothering us this whole time.
Yeah, they need to get him out. They definitely know he's back there, but the question is, okay, he's out. They can't. He's probably not gonna make it back. But the way team is, FanPewDie kind of hiding over there.
Yeah, and I mean, even though he's finally taken down, and it was a really good job by Goomba, you know, just to stall Valpo, and we lost a lot of time there.
Yay.
But hopefully we're fully grouped up. You know, we've got 3 ultimates, almost 4, so I think things are looking good for us to take this next fight.
Yes, looking at this, they're gonna need to group up their ultimates very wisely, as we are seeing a overclock coming from Music. Ooh, taking out that tire, completely making Goomba's ult completely useless. That was a very nice job. And Ramatra's ult, Shy Guy's ult on the other side, being completely useless, not taking down a single person. They have gotten their mojo back, and they've done it very quickly. They have bounced back with, I don't even know what to say. They just bounced back. They literally were like, no, we need to do this. So,
Yeah,
good on
I
them.
mean, 3 ultimates in 1 fight certainly get you the win there. We're moving the payload pretty well here, so I'm liking how Valpo's, you know, changed it up, getting Wistful in this second match, and, you know, switching up some of these picks too.
Yes, and we are seeing a potential Gates coming out as well as Annihilation. I would say, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Gates into Annihilation work there, because that is a very powerful combo. Maybe just Annihilation. Okay, that works too. And he's going to kill everyone.
Wistful just chasing him down there, and I mean, didn't really need to use the gates from Kiriko, and Fusick on that Sojourn got a great pick, taking out the tank, really opened up the fight here for Valpo. So 3.5 minutes to get this next point. You gotta be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they are definitely getting their mojo back. With Churro, almost having Gates, they'll grab for at least another fight to win, or have a significantly better chance of winning. Wistful taking heavy damage. Oh, and the sleep coming from Waluigi's Ana. Solaris backing up. The team is forced to retreat a little bit. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Solaris might need to do higher amounts of healing. Might need to get a different character in. But we'll see what they plan on doing.
Yep, but I mean, we almost have ultimates up again, and on the side of Bethel, they have their Ramatra ult as well as the nano boost from the Ana, so that could be a deadly combo for Valpo to walk into.
Yes, a nano boosted Annihilation is a very interesting thing to experience. Seeing that Suzu take off the anti, and there goes Wistful with her sleep, unfortunately. There goes Wistful yet again. Bethel really hoping to hold on to them right here. Oh, one more headshot would have killed him, and FanPewDie almost got it on Shy Guy. So let's hope. They just need to. They need to wait up, try not to sneak in.
Yeah, good job by Valpo here, you know, waiting for everyone to get back and kind of regroup, push this all at once, because this can be a tough choke to take, you know. We're seeing how well Bethel's holding, but we're going to come right up top here and take the fight to them.
Yes, they were doing quite a bit of staggering before, and it seems like like, unfortunately, even waiting around didn't do it. That nano boosted Shy Guy just did not work for them. Nano boosted Ramatra is a very deadly thing, and they might need to use all 5 of their alts coming up into this fight.
I was gonna say, we do have all 5, so you gotta think there's some kind of plan here on how are we gonna use these to be able to take this. But already, Wistful getting pretty low here.
And we do see Solaris using Beats, as well as Wistful doing Annihilation, being able to completely knock it out. Unfortunately, the R team combats with their own Annihilation and knocks them out. That is something, but we are using 3 of our 2 alts here. That is not good. Still sneaking up though on Diddy Kong and hopefully taking this
Wistful
1v1.
really trying to get this kill, but finally picks it up. Bethel Steelers was doing a lot. Here he's coming in, gonna try to get the pick on the Kiriko.
This is definitely one of the hardest teams I think Valpo Shield has ever faced, and they're still holding up against it. But they are not going down. Bethel is not going down without a fight.
Shy Guy goes down, and I think they're gonna be able to push it all the way here. Oh, 0.1 meters. This is gonna be the last fight of the game. Oh,
Okay.
and Bethel cannot stay on the payload. Okay.
Oh, this is getting very intense coming in from here. I don't even know how many rounds we have. I'm assuming 5-ish?
Yep, this is gonna be a best of 5.
I think we're gonna go to all 5 rounds.
We might. I mean, we still gotta see, the winner of this one. Valpo pushing it all the way, and I mean, if Bethel can push it all the way too, we could get overtime in this match. So.
Yeah, this is a very strong thing. The rest of the team is coming in, so because of our GLEC team is composed of both teams combined together, Beacon and Shield, and they're both going to be taking some time and splitting up depending on who Bryce, our coach, thinks is going to be the better choice for each fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about GLEC is, having those expanded rosters. I think we could have had up to 15 if we wanted to. So
Yes.
it really gives us the opportunity, switch in and out, give everyone a chance to play, especially with so many games. I mean, it's 2 per week, and I know we're rescheduling some to different days. So lots of flexibility here with GLEC.
Yeah, there is lots of flexibility, but we are going to see what's going on. Seeing some interesting things. We are seeing a mirrored Lucio though right now, which is going to be interesting. And we are seeing a Winston coming out from Bethel. So see what's
Valpo, just kind of sticking with what worked in that first half. The Hanzo, the Sojourn, the Kiriko, Lucio, and the Ramatra. They're going to already pick up a kill on Shy Guy here.
Yes, and we are seeing, quite a fair amount of kills coming to Bethel. With the only one dying from Valpo being Fusic, but that is down a damage. Hopefully Fusic should be able to get over here very quickly.
Yeah, one thing I am concerned about for Valpo is Goomba switching back over to Tracer on the side of Bethel. It was a big problem in the first map, so I want to see how Valpo handles him this time around.
Yes, so looking at that, they are pretty much able to figure out exactly where each of them are coming from. Still, Wistful trying to go in. I'm not sure where the healers are, but I don't think they're with him. That was probably not the best, smartest idea.
Wistful alone in the room with 5 members of Bethel does not end well, and looks like they're probably going to pick up at this point here.
Yep. Unfortunately, that was probably not the smartest decision on Wistful's, but hopefully we should be able to get some more things. However, Gooba is giving the team a run for their money.
I mean, that has kind of been the story of the night. Goomba constantly harassing our backline. Very effective on those DPSs of his Tracer and his Junkrat. Wistful looking to take him out, but can't quite pick it up. Is going to get the Lucio, so.
However, we are seeing quite a few more ults on Valpo's side compared to Bethel. heavy amounts of percentage. Music struggling though and getting eliminated by Winston right then and there.
Shy Guy popping the ultimate, able to pick up Fusic, but not much else. So now Bethel is kind of staggered here. We're going to see both Kiriko outs come out.
Yeah, both sets of gates provide not even like really equal. They're just a very strange angle. So we'll see. Never really see angles like that to meet in like a corner area. But we'll see. Winston is really harassing our backline though. They've taken that thing and realized that Valpo is not really ready or prepared, and so harassing the backline was probably their best option in their opinion.
And there's Goomba dancing around yet again. But I mean, Valpo's DPSs are kind of winning this war so far. Beauty and Fusic, picking up a lot of kills here in these late fights. I think if you're Bethel, you gotta look to Diddy Kong to step it up a bit.
Yeah. There seems to be a little bit of a disparity between both of the DPS. Goomba is very well and very easily able to work on fighting the back. However, that does go our tank, and unfortunately I think Bethel is going to be able to get some speed as Beauty and the rest of the team does have to retreat. However, that is not preventing Shy Guy from ulting everyone on the team. The remaining like 2 or 3 members of the team. So
yeah, and I mean Beauty finally takes down Goomba on the Tracer, but Bethel picking up so much progress here.
yeah, and they are able to get in like minor hits that just take up a lot of damage on Fusic and the other squishies. And we are seeing weird ults. Looking at this, we do have a...
Oh, and there's Goomba. Pulse Bomb picking up 2. Beauty gets one back, but that is going to be a clean wipe for Bethel as they drop 2 ultimates in there.
No, they actually dropped 3 ultimates. They dropped Gates, Beat, and Bomb.
You are right. I completely missed that beat. So wins them the fight, but does expend a lot of their economy, and now they have no ults, and Valpo has plenty up.
Yes, Valpo has 4, only choosing to use Beat to even stand remotely a chance. However, this might cost Solaris his life at this end. That Winston getting stuck in that circle though, and Ramacha's speed circle, and that was a very good idea for him. They're still taking very heavy damage, and Gooba's still getting into that line. Okay, and we have a duo tank ult coming in strong. Unfortunately though, that was not enough, and both ults were basically useless. Pulse Bomb was attempted to be used against Wistful, and it didn't really do much, but we do see Gates coming up here. Honestly,
Wistful trying his best to stay alive, and the Sports are doing a good job of keeping him up, and he finds a huge pick onto the Kiriko.
yes. So, unfortunately though, that did cost Valpo most of their ults, with only Solaris actually slowly refilling their ult right now. They are at about 84% on that ult, and they hold it at almost at the very end for about 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Hey, I mean, crazier things have happened before, You
Yeah.
start to get in a rhythm and, get Bethel to be staggered. Could get this hold, but we'll just have to see.
Yep, this is really some of our chance. We do see a beat coming down from Solaris, helping keep everyone stabilized because there's not really any ults right now, so this is more just pure skill. And Valpo is winning this fight about pure skill.
Yeah, and Beauty switching on over to the Torbjorn. I kind of like this pick. It's an interesting one.
It's very interesting. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out. I haven't really seen him play much Torbjorn before, so we'll see. And we are seeing Monkey using his ult right now, but this comes at the cost of a Ramatra ult, and he dies though. This is not looking good for Valpo. They are able to start pushing, but Fusic has to back up and the team has to regroup quickly and take in.
Bethel has Everin up. We're gonna see if Valpo's gonna be able to touch and extend this. And
Someone,
that's a big pick.
yes, they were able to. They were able to make at least one pick, taking out that Lucio. That was able to do a decent chunk of their healing. As Kiriko, even though she can heal quite a lot, she is very slow and only heals one at a time.
So Valpo holds him off. Only 3 meters left to go here in
I don't
15 seconds. Bethel's gonna have to make one final push, and this could be the fight that decides it right here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it. Monkey's gonna have to use his jump and hopefully try and wait on landing, making this one last thing. He is the only one on point right now, and there comes the rest of the team. However, Monkey is at a very sizable damage, and there goes Monkey getting down, but not before Koopa is able to take out Torbjorn as well. Kiriko is mainly the only one left in this fight. They are not going down without a fight. There's still somebody left, and it's still the Tracer walking around. There they go.
And Valpo going crazy, popping off after that hold. We held that at the final point for 3 minutes with just meters left.
That is the absolute longest hybrid match I think I've ever seen. That was incredibly long. Being able to hold it at that point for 2 minutes and 40 something seconds, absolutely crazy. They're going crazy back there. And this is bringing us to 1 Bethel and 1 Valpo. We still got 3 more matches, and I'm going to be frankly honest, I think we're going through all of them.
Yeah, it has been highly competitive, and man, I am just excited to watch. But as a side note, we've got somebody else in the room, so I might swap out on cast here. We've got our wonderful assistant coach, known as Jang, who was supposed to be here, but our time mix up. So I'm going to turn the reins over to him.
How you doing today, Jang?
Oh, I'm doing very good. I found out it was Eastern time that was scheduled, not Central time. But I'm glad to be here, glad to be excited. Just got to watch the tail end of that game. Very great stuff from Valpo as well as
Absolutely.
Bethel. Is that correct? Awesome, Bethel. And
Yes.
so I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of it turns out. And that was a beautiful map.
Yes, it was a very even game. Right then, before it was Bethel was really sweeping Valpo, and I think that was partly just because they weren't warmed up, they didn't have their tank, but now they're just coming in, and it's suddenly like really feeling like they're finally getting their group together, like their mojo, or that's what I've been calling it. I don't know what it is.
No, absolutely. It looked incredible work. The teamwork was there. They had 2 ults at the very end there, whereas Bethel only had 1 that was coming up. So it was a very interesting fight, but it had the Valpo advantage at the end there.
Yes. So we are seeing Circuit Royale come out, and I actually don't remember hearing quite a lot about Circuit. How does our team see Circuit as?
So Circuit Royale is we have a love-hate relationship with it. The beginning map, when you're attacking, you have you start in a choke point,
Yes.
and so you got to fight out of that.
Mhm.
But as soon as you fight out of that, you have a pretty good chance of like continuing that snowball effect. And Valpo does a great job of taking advantage of a snowball effect. So that's something that we would look forward to see. It all depends on who starts defending, who starts attacking, and what Bethel has to offer.
Yep. And it seems like we do have Bethel going on the attack first, with Valpo being on the defensive side. There's also a really cool chokehold kind of point where there's a high up point and people just snipe down. That's typically where most of the snipers come in, and you gotta try and find some way to like. When there's a sniper up there, you gotta try and find some way to get up there, knock out the sniper, and then continue moving the cart. So I'm expecting at least some sort of sniper on defense.
That's right. And then
Listen,
I noticed Bethel had a very good tracer, or a tracer that was playing for the whole time. This map is perfect for a tracer. It's got a lot of angles that it can jolt in and out of.
Mhm.
So that's something that you can totally see.
Yes. Honestly, I think we might be seeing 2 tracers here coming out. We have been seeing, I think it was Fusic and Goomba really pulling out the Tracer, and Goomba's Tracer is absolutely incredible from Bethel.
Yeah, so as we see on screen here, you see that road
Mhm.
that's going to be following the course, and it takes a sharp right turn. So that angle is a very strong choke point. And so that we might be taking the high ground, we might be taking the bridge. It really depends on what they kind of want here.
Looking into this, we are seeing one sniper coming from FanPD as Hanzo. And we are seeing a wistful Ditto Sigma match. That's going to be very interesting coming up. I believe Sigma is very good on this map, from what I've
Yes,
heard.
Sigma is advantageous on high ground, low ground. He has a ranged weapon with those 2 orbs, as you just saw. He's very effective as long as you hit his orbs. And Sigma v Sigma is a fun match. You know, they counter each other, so it definitely is best to skill there.
And we are seeing a sniper just like I thought, but it's going to be on attack, which I wasn't expecting. And we're also seeing low healing kind of comp coming from Bethel, which is interesting.
True,
Choosing
but they get great value on with Diddy Kong taking out FanPD at the get-go.
yes. So we are seeing that, and there goes Wistful being the first to be taken out by Goomba, who's actually going for a Sojourn this time.
A very aggressive attack indeed, but one of that is quite effective as well.
Music's trying to sneak away, but Goomba is really hounding them, trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
Looks like Valpo's waiting to regroup and take advantage of that high ground that you were mentioning earlier.
That's the favorite thing. Most people want to take a part of it. We do see the Sigma coming out, Ditto Sigma. Unfortunately, I do understand why they do have a Zen putting that Orb of Healing on thing, and Orb of Discord on Sigma. However, now we have our own Zenyatta doing that repeated Orb of Discord on their opponent. So, very interesting, and I feel like that's going to be one of the main ways we're going to hopefully counter this by Discord orbing that Sigma, because he's not going down.
FanPD trying to get out of that situation. Looks like he can't do it. It's okay.
They have already reached the first point, 5 minutes and 1 second. This is not looking good for Valpo, but we are going to hopefully at least win one fight so we can stall out just a little bit. Comparing the Wistful, the Sigma duel, it seems like they're not as good. Seeing Fusic though, he is pulling out a Widowmaker. Hopefully, there he goes.
Well, we'll only have to see how it goes. That was only the first fight. Looks like Sigma decides to ult here. Takes out our opponent's, Valpo's Sigma. And FanPD's kind of stuck out there, Soldier.
We are seeing a few ults coming in, about 3 ults gonna come in. Fusic getting a nice headshot on Goomba right there as Sojourn. However, we are slowly just going a little bit behind. We need to definitely hold at this next point. That's definitely our best way of going. He is looking for an ult right now from what I can tell.
It's definitely a very aggressive push that is being had. But Valpo's just looking for that fight to win, trying to get rid of that Widowmaker that's causing the disturbances. You know, not trying to get in a fight they can't win. Looking for those easy secures.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like Wistful is going up a little too high. At a point where he can't easily be reached by his support members.
Well, in that situation, he was trapped there with his team being killed behind him.
We are seeing Diddy Kong using their ult overclock, or Goomba using their ult overclock, as well as the opposing Widow also using their overclock.
Looks like Fusic uses his ult as well, and gets a headshot on the Diddy Kong.
Yes.
So now the Valpo team can feel more advantageous pushing forward, as we see Wistful doing. Just gotta be careful of that Zenyatta orb, that's what it's called.
Yes.
We might see Zenyatta or Sigma ult here from Valpo. There it is. Catches Baptiste. Gets countered with the Zenyatta ult.
Yep.
Couldn't quite rock him out of it.
However, we are seeing 3 ults coming in potentially from Valpo. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Can they hold it? We'll see.
And that is the first time Valpo has fought, and they didn't inherently lose the fight. They're still fighting it and still at the advantage slightly. FanPD going for the ult. Sigma lifting him up. Takes out the Widowmaker. And they stay alive with the beautiful Solaris Zen ult.
Yes, Solaris is choosing a very aggressive, trying to use both of these things with both team comps completely mirroring each other. It's really the only way they're going to be able to get by, but this time they are not really doing as well on those Ditto matches.
Alright, and with one real fight left, will we touch? Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Beauty going on hot, getting out Daisy.
Yep, unfortunately.
Oh, destroys Diddy Kong as well, leaving Sigma on the pot.
Yeah, Beauty is doing very well right now. Although he does get taken out by Shy Guy, that is still very well as Shy Guy is left kind of cornered. Hopefully we'll get at least a kill on them to help stagger them out a little bit more.
I'd say Valpo has successfully defended the cart off of the end point there, and they just need to keep it for as long as they can.
And we do see a few, somebody coming up from up top. My assumption is that is Diddy Kong from Bethel. Getting no healing on.
A double Sigma ult. Ooh, could not quite get rid of the E-Mort in time.
Yep. Beauty hitting point yet again, just barely missing though.
And with the Bethel Zenyatta ult to secure the cart, we move on to Valpo's attack.
Ugh. This is a very tense fight.
It was a very aggressive fight with a lot of Bethel winning those fights.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was something really exciting to see for Bethel. Diddy Kong absolutely destroying with Widow. Was challenged occasionally by Beauty and Fusick. Did lose some of those fights. And so who knows, we might get a good catch on him when we were attacking. I noticed that the attacker certainly did seem to have a snowball effect of advantage of that. And so maybe Valpo will try to take advantage of something similar. And so we'll see what happens.
Yep. I'm really concerned though about that Sigma. Trying to figure out exactly, like, we do know that Sigma is the best counter for Sigma, but honestly, it has not been going well for Valpo with Wistful. I'm not sure if he's just not in the right headset for Sigma Ditto, but it just, I'm not sure what they should do for tank. I feel like they kind of should switch it up. But
So what I was seeing was our Sigma fighting the front fight, as Sigmas do.
yes.
And Diddy Kong was sniping out Beauty, Solaris, Chiroro, getting rid of his supports. And how good is a tank with no heals?
True.
When everyone's shooting at them. So
True.
we'll have to see. We'll have to be careful. We'll have to keep the supports up for Valpo. And big thing is for Bethel is Diddy Kong has to stay up and the Sigma has to stay up.
Yep, those Valpo's gonna need to play their corners incredibly well, especially for those supports with Diddy Kong doing incredibly well. Wistful is sniping out the location of there. We are seeing Beauty take out Goomba, first one out for this fight. This is causing Bethel to actually back up quite a bit more than I was expecting them to.
And we see Fusick playing a more reserved sniper. He knows there's a sniper on the other end of the field. He wants to be careful. He doesn't want to peek wide corners. He wants to play safe. And he's doing a great job so far. No one has died to a Widowmaker yet, as of yet.
Yes, they are playing their corners a lot better this game. And I feel, I'm kind of hoping that is the same. However, that is our first Widow kill out. Valpo's gonna need to back up a little bit, but comparing it to Bethel, they did not have to back up one bit during any of their fights. So this is.
Oh, they had to back up towards the end.
Oh, well, at the end, but like not at the beginning.
No, they had a greater push there. So now we're looking for a regroup for Valpo. Fusick trying to get a quick snipe if they're pushing a little too aggressively.
Yes.
Preemptively figuring the Widow might push there.
We'll see. I do see. It would be really nice to see Wistful using their shield to prevent that Widow and being able to get in a cheeky snipe before. Hoping that Widow and is definitely playing very reserved. We are seeing a application field coming from Waluigi on the other team.
Ooh, good Zenyatta ult here, keeping the Wistful able to push in as hard as he wants. Maybe even takes out the Widow, we'll see.
Yes, unfortunately that is a mirrored Sigma alt, and that just didn't work out as well because their Zenyatta also as well pulled their Transcendence alt.
Valpo having to regroup.
Yes. So we are still waiting on this fight. And I can see what you mean by the love-hate relationship, as Valpo is just not able to get really past these first two points.
Yeah, this angle is certainly not an easy angle to have. Goomba taking out Fan Beauty here. Fusic going down by Goomba as well. Daisy finishing Wistful.
Yeah. However, they are using they have used almost all of their alts, with the only one that was still in effect when I start talking being Widowmakers. Valpo actually has about 3 alts coming in right now. Both can be both could actually create some huge impacts if used correctly. So
Absolutely.
we'll see how they choose to use amplification. And my assumption is they're going to put it in between Wistful and the rest of the team, and maybe Vampbeauty might ult to get some extra damage out.
Diddy Kong dropping the Solaris.
Yep, unfortunately.
Fan Beauty using his ult here, taking out Goomba. Diddy Kong falling by Fusic. And the advantage is towards Valpo. Shy Guy falls down. That's exactly what I said. As soon as the support, or as soon as Diddy Kong and Shy Guy fall down, it leans Valpo.
We are seeing Wistful though go down too, but they are moving the cart, so that's really all that matters.
An unfortunate inability to kill with the Emor, a well-placed Emor by Bethel as well.
Yes. Unfortunately though, there was a little bit of a difference when he used infrared sight. When Fusic used infrared sight, it just didn't work out. It was kind of a waste. And that is match number 3.
Going to Bethel.
Yep.
Great work to see. Very aggressive plays by Diddy Kong. As you can see here, he got a lot of headshots here. Very well done.
Yes.
And just saw the opportunities here.
Yep.
Started with the, yep.
They were, no, I'm just acknowledging that the corners were definitely not played as well there.
And it definitely, that was a great example of the snowball effect. You know, they won the first fight and they kept winning. And that was something that you kind of see on a map like Circuit Royale.
Yep.
And it's another thing to think, when you start attacking, you get that snowball effect. Your opponent now has to try to match that energy or do better.
Yep.
And that sometimes can be a little difficult in the mindset. So we might have saw that a little bit on the Valpo team there.
Yeah, so we are going into a push map right now. This is going to be interesting because I'm not exactly sure who they're planning, like which route they're gonna take. Cause you got Coliseo, you got No, that's not it. I'm trying to remember their names. Esperanza?
Esperanza's in one, yep.
Yeah, Esperanza, and then New Queen Street.
New Queen Street, yep.
And they are interesting.
They certainly changed the game from Overwatch
Yes.
1 to Overwatch 2. And it looks like Coliseo is going to be up. This is just a classic one of the first maps introduced into the Overwatch 2. So the teams have been well familiar with this course. Some effective players include Sojourn as well as Tracer. You want that kind of high mobility in like bursts, and you can take advantage of some angles that other players cannot usually. I don't know who to see here on tank. Usually an Orisa is a pretty strong option here, but I saw Sigma v Sigma on Circuit Royale. So you really don't know what to expect here, but exciting nonetheless.
Yeah. I'm also kind of expecting some Moira to be played. Moira does have a lot of angles where they can get their damage and then get damage to recoup their healing and then heal and stuff. And basically Moira is kind of, this is her map.
Oh, absolutely.
So hopefully
we could see a Hanzo as well from Fan Beauty. I know they got some great angles. Looks like he had a little bit of a Bastion moment for Funsy Fun.
I mean, Bastion's not that bad right now, so we'll see what they're considering.
As we see on this map angle here, it's a little long, but it's slightly curved, so it gives us some interesting angles, some long straightaways. This is a perfect place for Hanzo. He's got some range, but it's not too far. And it's not the best for Widow as well, so that's a big advantage here on that. So Diddy Kong, while being an incredible Widowmaker, might not be the biggest advantage playing here.
You never know. They could pull out a Hanzo to try and get some of those sniping aspects from Widow, but also get get the better aspects from Hanzo. So we'll see what's going on there. We are seeing a Ramatra being pulled on from Wistful, which is one of the. We've actually seen Wistful being very well on Ramatra, even compared to Shy Guy. So seeing that, honestly, if it does end up being a Ramatra Ditto, it's going to be very well and most likely go in Valpo's favor because it seems like he is very good with Ramatra.
And Ramatra also on a push map like this, with his ultimate requiring the opponents, it continues if the opponents are nearby. On a push map, you know, the opponents are always nearby.
Yes.
And so that's something that's very advantageous about Ramatra's ult. But as we see, we have Shy Guy on the Orisa, something that I expected potentially. Orisa's just a naturally powerful character, but especially on a map like push.
Yes. Orisa has a lot of, like, not really movement, but like a lot of survivability, and then a lot of things that she can do with that survivability. So it's very interesting. We are also seeing an Echo coming in too. Echo is not something I expected at all. I was not expecting any of the flyers per se, but we'll see what's going on there. Vampbeauty is the first to go down, but not follow.
Echo and Diddy Kong follow suit.
Yes, and that leaves Bethel with no damage.
Valpo struggling with no supports at the moment. Every fight's going to have to be won independently.
Yes, each group is missing their own main contributor to their own team. Unfortunately,
Ramatra trying to take the Waluigi out, but not quite.
this is going in with both of the tanks having very similar amounts of ult percentage, and probably going to get their ults around the same time. With everyone else actually being relatively equal to the other person on their team. With Valpo being in the lead with damages, and Bethel being in the lead with supports.
It looks like supports are going to get their ults very soon. If they use them sooner than later, they might have a huge advantage.
Yes.
But as it is, Bethel is pushing the cart.
We are seeing a Gates come out from Bethel. And
Followed by Valpos.
yes, and Annihilation. Like I was talking earlier with Mike, Annihilation and Gates is a very powerful combo. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that time. I think he was just separated from his healers, and it just wasn't going to work that well.
Very true. Vampbeauty trying not to go down in the fight here, waiting for his team to regroup. And they got two ultimates ready to go, a support ult and a damage ult. Now with Bethel nowhere near a support ult, having used both, it could be quite advantageous for Valpo. Ooh, but Daisy getting a good headshot on Vampbeauty there.
Yep, and the spear also helping slow him down. He's trying to take the high ground, knock out some of the people crowding up top. Echo and Sojourn's ult from Bethel are potentially coming as well. So we'll see what's going on.
Oh, could not quite finish off Diddy Kong, but force him to relocate.
Alright, and we are seeing an Echo ult coming in.
Quickly used.
Yes. Seeing Fusic is really doing some decent job trying to deal with the Echo right now.
And Vampbeauty finishes in 4.
And we win the fight basically with one ult used, and we gain another one. Bethel used one ult and still has the other one, but they don't have really any ults. Not as close as Bethel does. So.
Wistful here taking the heat.
Yeah, Wistful's definitely going to need to back up to get a little bit closer to their tank.
Solaris finally uses his beat here. Good advantage, I'd say.
Yes.
Blossom taking out Goomba, but falling himself.
Hey, it took one of the biggest threats on Bethel's team. Solaris going down though really quickly. Chiroro's still alive, now has Gates too, which is very nice.
It looks like it's the combo with Ramatra's ult.
Yes.
Getting huge value, taking out the two, Diddy Kong and Daisy. Arista's still in the back line. Let's see if we can take care of him with Waluigi, I might add.
Yes.
Taking out the support. Ramatra having the fight with little to no healing.
Yep, unfortunately though.
Targeting the Echo. Gets the Echo. And is able to hold the fight.
Unfortunately though, that is a
Shy Guy falls from Solaris. Great job there
Nice
on
though.
Valpo's end.
Uh,
You
that
keep
also,
saying unfortunate. Nothing's unfortunate right now.
it's like really stressful because like I thought he was gonna make it out, and then suddenly Solaris just immediately kills Shy Guy, like absolutely incredible, wasting Shy Guy's ult. I think that was
Absolutely, yes. I
like
was
at
just
first
about to
I
say.
thought that was going to be going back to Bethel, and but no, it isn't. Like this is a very interesting game. We do see Echo flying above, getting very high, and kind of creating a distraction, acting more like a tracer in this match.
But Fusick contesting it and scaring him enough to kind of keep his all eyes on him. And anyone that's not looking at Ramatra is helping Ramatra, in my opinion.
Yes, definitely. If your eyes aren't on the tank, you are definitely, that person is more of help than a hindrance.
Bethel's Lucio beat it there. Gave him a huge advantage on an aggressive push there, but they lose Waluigi before they can push many farther.
Yeah.
So it looks like Valpo might regroup here and then go in together as one force.
Not a lot of waiting though, so we should be able to, um, un- but, Waluigi is going to be able to get in there. They do have their little bonus area where they spawn in first that is closer because of push, and Valpo is yet to make it. So we are seeing a beat come down right now. Another
Ramatra
annihilation.
ult.
Lots of healing, but I mean, it's continuing. As long as he keeps getting healing, he's gonna keep going. Echo using Ramatra's ult. Very hard to counter as. And unfortunately, that's going to be down for Valpo, with only Vampbeauty being around, but that's just because he died earliest in the fight. So, looking at this, they're waiting to group up. We do have dragons coming in from Vampbeauty, and Fusick has Overclock as well as Gates from Churoro. But Bethel has two ults. Well, so we'll see what's going on with there. Echo getting the surprise on Vampbeauty though.
This is a great angle too, I should add, for the dragon to be, because it's a real straightaway. They want to stay on cart, but they can't stay on cart if there's a dragon running through it. So definitely try to hold out until there's a dragon. Let's see if he uses it here on cart. He can see the cart through the map. That's what he's looking at here. Probably he hears the Ursa, he sees the Ursa. He's waiting to drag in the cart, and boom, there's a dragon. Now he can see on the other side.
Yeah.
And this separates the team a little bit, splits it in half. So he tried to look for the Luigi there, couldn't get it. Goomba finishes him with the orbs. Ramatra doing his thing, trying to get Daisy out here. Lucio ulted here.
Yes, and we are seeing there is going to be a chance, and that is it. GG.
Bethel takes a push map.
I think that's it.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay. So it's not play all 5, it's just play till 3.
Yeah,
Alright.
that was only for the NECC thing
Gotcha,
yesterday.
gotcha.
Or Thursday.
Well, I think all around those are some exciting games we saw here.
yes.
You know, Valpo not going without a victory under their belt there, and that's something to take pride in. That's our very first game in the GLEC League, so it's very nice to see that we don't just come in and we lose every game. We're able to secure a map against team like Bethel.
Yes.
You know, obviously Valpo's the team we stream for, but I gotta say, Diddy Kong did a great job today.
Oh,
His
yeah.
Widowmaker was absolutely phenomenal.
Bethel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And just that, we also saw some great counters by Fusick as well. He was doing some good work there. And so he did a little bit to counter that a little bit, stop it in the tracks. And then we also saw some kind of great advantageous stuff from, I want to say, Solaris. I feel like that was a huge save for his Ramatra there when we thought when we thought we lost all hope on that one push attack. But that was beautiful teamwork there. Definitely not every day you see a support player like Lucio take on an Orisa and win. So that was a beautiful teamwork there. Very exciting to see.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this, not like in general, but I'm really excited to see future matches from them. I think if this is one of the toughest teams in the Black League, then we have a good shot if that continues, and I'd love to see them again going into GLEC. And hopefully maybe at the end of the season we can see them pull out a dub when they're more prepared. But we'll see what happens. So this is gonna be the end of this stream for today. We don't have any more games, unfortunately, right now. Think any more streams coming up next week?
Just next Saturday. Probably
Okay,
next
just
Saturday.
next Saturday. We don't know when NECC is happening. So until next Saturday, we'll see you then.
Take care.